Have you ever felt it? That profound, bone-deep weariness, the kind that settles not just in your muscles, but in the marrow of your soul. A weight so heavy that breathing feels like a conscious effort. It's the feeling of walking against a relentless wind, where every step forward requires a monumental push, and standing still means being pushed back. It's the quiet dread that greets you in the morning and the anxious hum that keeps you awake at night. In these seasons of life, the world loses its color, and you can feel like a ghost haunting the edges of your own story. Life, in its raw and unfiltered state, promises us these moments. They are the valleys of the shadow, the long, dark nights of the soul. Moments of jarring confusion, of sharp-edged heartache, of irreversible loss. It might be the phone call that splinters your world into a before and an after. It could be the doctor's quiet words that hang in the air, heavy and suffocating. It might be the slow erosion of a relationship you thought was bedrock, or the betrayal that shatters the very lens through which you see the world. In these moments, the future you once imagined dissolves into an impenetrable fog, just a few feet in front of your face. Our first, most human instinct is to fight or to flee. We fight back with anger and bitterness, lashing out at the world, at others, and most viciously, at ourselves. We build walls of resentment, believing they will protect our wounded hearts. But these walls only end up imprisoning us, cutting us off from the very light we need. Or we run. We flee from the silence where our pain resides. We numb the ache with endless distraction, the infinite scroll, the next episode, the grind of work. Anything to escape the profound discomfort of being alone with our thoughts. We run from the very wound that is calling out for our gentle attention, for our healing touch. But what if there is another way? A third path, one that is not about fighting or fleeing, but about turning inward and looking upward. An ancient, quiet, and profoundly powerful response. It's a path that doesn't require you to be strong or to have all the answers. In fact, it begins with the courageous admission that you are not and that you do not. It is the simple, sacred act of surrender. When life gets hard, kneel and pray. Let's start with the first part, kneel. The very posture is a radical statement. In a world that screams at you to stand taller, to project an image of unbreakable strength, kneeling is an act of supreme humility. It is a physical declaration that says, I cannot do this alone. I cannot carry this burden by myself any longer. I release the illusion of my own control. This is not a posture of defeat. It is the ultimate posture of reception. You are not giving up. You are opening up. Imagine your heart as a clenched fist, tight with fear and tension. Kneeling is the act of uncurling that fist, finger by finger, until your palm is open to the sky. You are creating space for something greater than your pain to enter the room. And then you pray. Prayer can be a loaded word. Perhaps you associate it with rigid formulas or feel you don't know who or what you're praying to. Let all of that go. Strip the word of its baggage. Prayer in its purest, most essential form is not about reciting the right words. It is about revealing the real heart. It is your soul speaking its native language, a language of truth, without filter or pretense. Your prayer can be a single, desperate word, help. Your prayer can be a flood of silent tears, a holy water that cleanses the soul when words have failed. Your prayer can be a raw, honest question sent into the silence. What do I do now? Your prayer can even be a scream of frustration, an outpouring of your anger. It's all welcome, because true prayer isn't about being polite or perfect. It's about being profoundly present and astonishingly real. When you allow yourself this vulnerability, something miraculous begins to happen. The storm outside may not magically vanish. The challenges may still be there tomorrow, but you have begun to change. First, your perspective radically shifts. In the valley of your struggle, all you can see are the towering cliffs of your problems. Prayer is the act of being gently lifted, of seeing the world from a higher vantage point. You begin to see the path forward that was hidden before. You see that your problem, while real and significant, is only one part of the much larger landscape of your life. It detaches the problem from your identity. You are not your struggle. You are the soul experiencing the struggle. That simple distinction changes everything. Second, you trade the crushing burden of control for the liberating peace of trust. You stop trying to white-knuckle your way through the universe. Imagine you're caught in a powerful river, flailing and exhausting yourself. Prayer is the moment you stop flailing and turn onto your back, allowing the current to carry you. You surrender the outcome, and in doing so, you find the strength to navigate the waves instead of fighting them. This is the source of true peace, not the absence of trouble, but the presence of trust in the midst of it. Third, you discover a wellspring of strength you never knew you possessed. Prayer is not a petition for an easy life. It is an appeal for the fortitude to live the life you've been given with grace and courage. It's the act of plugging into a source of power far greater than your own. You're not asking for the load to be made lighter, but for your back to be made stronger. You find a resilience that is not brittle, but flexible, like a great tree that bends in the storm but does not break because its roots run deep. And finally, you realize in the core of your being that you are not alone. In the depths of hardship, loneliness can be the cruelest part of the pain. The act of prayer is a profound declaration against that isolation. It is a reaching out, a tangible connection to the divine, to the universe, to the deepest part of your own self. In the quiet that follows, if you listen, you begin to hear a voice that isn't your fear, a quiet whisper of reassurance. You are held. You are loved. You are not forgotten. So if you are in that hard place right now, if the weight feels unbearable and the path is dark, I invite you to try this. You don't need a special place. The floor of your bedroom, your car parked on the side of a road, a quiet corner. Find a space. Let your knees touch the ground. Take a deep breath and just begin. Speak from your heart. Be brutally honest. Pour it all out. The fear, the anger, the exhaustion, the hope. Release the need to have all the answers. Release the need to be strong. The storm may not pass the moment you stand up, but the anchor has been dropped. Your inner foundation has been reset on solid ground. You will rise from your knees, not with all the solutions, but with a quiet peace, a renewed strength, and the unshakable knowing that you are walking through the fire, but you are not walking alone. When life gets hard, don't just push harder. Don't just run faster. Pause, breathe, kneel, and pray. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment with us today. If this message resonated with you, a simple like helps it find its way to others who might also need to hear it. And to ensure you don't miss future messages of hope and reflection, please subscribe. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. Thanks for watching.